If you use WordPress, you've likely heard of the SEO plugin Rank Math. It's quickly become one of the most popular SEO plugins for WordPress, and with very good reason. It offers so much for absolutely no money. Now, with that track record laid out plainly for all to see, it was inevitable that a pro or paid for version was going to come out, and come out it has. So yesterday saw the official release of Rank Math Pro, and with it, some interesting new features. Now, you couldn't help but think that if there's a pro version, then surely that means that some of the most useful features from the free version will be stripped out and added to the pay model. Well, you can put that thought firmly in the back of your mind, as they've always been open and upfront about the fact that the pro version would enhance the free version's features and not take them out and then simply put them behind a paywall. And kudos to the developers, they've stuck to doing just that. Now, the Pro version has way too many and often obscure features to augment the existing free features, so I'm not going to try and cover each and every one of those today. Rather, I'm going to take a look at some of the most notable Pro features, the ones that I think will prove the most useful to the most users. I will, though, be coming back to Rank Math Pro soon and do a full guide to setting up your SEO. And if you find that useful, drop a comment in the comment section below and let me know. Okay, so with that longer than usual intro out of the way, let's hop over into the dashboard and see Rank Math Pro in action. So once you've gone ahead, installed Rank Math and Rank Math Pro, you're going to come through to the wizard pretty much as you've always done. Obviously, we've got some new options inside here. We've got the easy and advanced. We also have custom mode. So custom mode, this allows you to select a custom Rank Math settings file. So if you created yourself a nice starting file, you can use that to speed up the process of setting up Rank Math and Rank Math Pro. So that's a really cool thing to see. Again, we've got the same options to check just to make sure that our site is fully compatible with Rank Math. And once everything's set up and we're happy with that, we can start the wizard. Now, apart from the inclusion of the custom mode, nothing else has really changed inside the setup wizard. You can choose between easy and advanced, choose which you want to start with, and go through the process of configuring the basics. Once you've done that, then you can jump over into Rank Math itself inside your dashboard. So I'm not going to go through the time of taking you through the startup wizard, because it's exactly the same as what I've covered in previous videos, and it's pretty self-explanatory when you start to work through it anyway. So like I say, other than custom mode, where you can upload a starter file, everything else is pretty much the same at this point in time. Now, when you come through to your dashboard for Rank Math SEO, this is where you'll start to see some of the differences between the free version and the pro version. So if you're someone that's used to the free version, you will see some extra things inside here. Now, it's not a case of they're completely new features. They could be features that have been added to enhance an existing free feature. So for example, we've always had analytics, but now we have some pro analytic tools inside there. Same goes for things like the WooCommerce, for example. If you have WooCommerce installed, you know, these are extra features tagged on top to expand what you can do. If we switch over to the advanced mode, we'll see we have more options. So again, we've got the 404 monitor, but we now have pro features tagged onto that. Analytics, the same again. So we have more features available to us and expanded feature sets based upon what you would have experienced in the past. So let's take a look at some of the most notable ones. Now, providing you've linked up your account, your website account, to your Google Analytics account, and it starts to gather data, you're going to find a lot of new features available to you inside the Analytics dashboard. So I'm using a demo site here that's been supplied by Rank Math themselves. So this is live data, but it's not from one of my sites. So it should give you a good overview of what kind of information you can expect to see as your site grows and improves. Okay, so the dashboard is going to give us an overview of our site. There's a couple of new features inside here that are pro only. So if you've been using this up until now with your free version, you're going to have some extra options depending upon the plan that you purchase with pro. So if we take a look, the key new feature inside the dashboard itself is this section for the all keywords and tracked keywords, and also your winning and losing posts. So you can see now that all keywords that are being tracked, we've got access inside here to the keywords. We can see our previous position and if we've improved. So you can see there's our top 5 winning keywords, our top 5 losing keywords, our previous position, and any position movement. So you can see this one has gone from position 41 up to position 40, whereas what SEO has gone from position 8 and dropped by 29 position points or places. So you can see that's really useful. We've also got tracked keywords, which allows us to see which keywords are being tracked. Again, we've got things for like open report if we want to find out more information. Then you've got a sort of a different chart showing you your keyword positions. Then underneath, we've got our winning and losing posts. And you can switch between the winning and losing simply by using this little toggle arrow. So we can see this is the post. We can see our position. We can see our SEO score, the traffic, the number of impressions, whether that's improving or getting worse. At which point, if it's getting worse, we can look at why, and then we can take a look at potentially tweaking it a little bit to maybe get a little bit more juice out of that particular post. If you want to switch over to your losing, you can click on there, and now we can see our losing posts. And if we want to change information on here, we can click this little drop down at 3 dots in the corner, and we can choose things like schema, search clicks, all the kind of information you might want to find. And this is a kind of recurring feature when it comes to the update for Rank Math Pro. It's helping you be less reliant upon some tools like SERP tools, things like that, because your key basic information is going to be included inside here. And I can see this probably is going to grow as the plugin grows, as the pro features improve, as they get feedback, there will probably be more features available. But this is a great starting point, and as you can see, like I say, it gives you an at-a-glance look at what's working and what's not working on your site, so you can then improve it or capitalize upon it. Hopping over to the Site Analytics tab, we now have some different information. We can see a sort of top-down view of our site and what's good, what's bad, what's fair, what could be improved, and so on. So the good score it's just going to give us an SEO score between 80 and 100. So throughout our site, we've got pieces of content that are giving us good scores. We've then got ones that give us fair scores, at which point we could then go in and tweak. They rank in between 50 and 80 inside our Rank Math ranks. And then finally, you've got your poor score, which is anything that's below 50. So you can, like I say, at a glance, find out what needs to be updated, tweaked, and improved. And then anything that's got no data on it. So obviously, you're going to end up with some pages that have no data because they don't necessarily need to have anything to do with SEO applied to them. We've got a visual representation across the top. We can search for a particular URL, and we can choose the date range that we want to compare these values to, anything between 7 days and 6 months. Underneath there, we've got some information about content. You can see we can again adjust the column information so we can find out what is inside there, and depending upon the number of pages that we have, as you can see quite a few pages inside here, we can go through those and we can find out a visual representation of basically what you see inside the post or page listing. So things like the SEO score, the title, the URL to it, any internal links, external links, click links, position, all those kinds of bits of useful information. And then we have a sort of overview at the bottom. So there's 99 posts on here, 1.7 million search impressions, 4.33 average click-through ratio, etc, etc, etc. So if you are a stats-driven person looking to make the most optimal way of improving your website and monitoring and maintaining it, this data should be invaluable to you. And like I say, this is something that we haven't had in the free version. This is a pro-only feature. Next on our list, we have the SEO Performance option. Now, again, we've had most of this data available to us in the past. However, we again have this information to do with the winning posts and the losing posts, which we didn't have before. So again, useful depending upon how you want to move around the actual content inside here. Next up, we've got the keywords option, and this is going to give us a sort of global overview. And again, like I say, most of this is available to you in the free version. Your keywords, the positions. You didn't have in the free version the option to search a post URL, so you could check against that. This is something that is a pro-only feature. And again, if we scroll down, we also have the option for our winning keywords and also our losing keywords and gaining information about those particular details. So really useful to see that, and we can see we've got things set up for our winning keywords, but we also have data then for the rest of our keywords. So whatever we're using as keywords that we're tracking and so on, all that data is inside here. And you'll also notice that we have these little sort of keyword options at the left-hand side. And this is where we can add or remove any keyword or long tail keyword, short, whatever you kind of want from the keyword manager. And the keyword manager is the next tab that we have. So if we come over to that, you can see this is our keyword manager. And again, this is something that is pro only. So you can see, we can see exactly what keywords we're tracking. We can see the impressions, the click-through rates, the clicks, the position. We can also see if we've improved or we've gone down in the listings, and you can see this one's gone up by 53 positions. And again, we can delete these by simply clicking on the little trash can icon. So this is giving you a kind of centralized location now for your analytical data, at which point you can add in what you want to track, you can check the tracking, you can monitor it, you can monitor based upon pages that you want to look at, a specific URL. There's a lot of data inside here that's been added in that should help you tracking, monitoring, tweaking and updating and get a good overview of what your site is performing like when it comes to Rank Math Pro. Now, another feature that's had quite a lot of extra things added to it is the image SEO option, which as you can see is denoted by the Pro option. Now, we've had basic image SEO options in the free version, but they are pretty basic. However, if we enable it now and we open up the settings, we now have a lot more options. Previously in the free version, all we have is add missing alt attributes and add missing title attributes, at which point you can enable these and then you can set up how you want that to work. You can see we use these little sort of short codes. We can combine those. We can use any of the options inside there and build up a nice simple way of automatically adding in these alt attributes and title attributes. Let's just disable that for now. But now we've got a lot more. We've got things like add missing image caption, the caption format, again, using that same kind of way of working. And underneath we get an example of how this works. Missing image descriptions. So again, the same kind of thing. Do you want to change the title casing, change the alt attribute casing, the description casing, the caption casing, add alt attributes to avatars. If you want to replace, you can replace those. So you can find and replace, and then you can choose what it is you want to replace, alt tags, captions, titles, and so on. Or if you want to add more in there. So if you've got a site that you're retrospectively trying to rectify issues with images not having alt tags, descriptions, and so on, and you want to eke out all the options you have for getting good SEO when it comes to your images, now you have an absolute boatload of new features that you can quickly tap into to do all of that over what you have in the free version, which is just the alt attributes and title attributes. So another really powerful set of options inside the Pro version. If you're using schema, which you should be on your site to improve your ranking, then there's some extra new features in here as well. Now, we've had most of these right the way through the free version, but we now have just a couple of extra options. So let's just look at the posts. If we scroll through, most of these should be familiar to you. But what we have now is auto detect video. So if you have videos embedded into your content, this will automatically detect those for the schema, which again, like I say, videos are becoming more and more useful and more sort of positive for your search results. So this gives you to auto detect it. So we can do that. We've also then got options for adding default thumbnail watermarks. So if you want to use that, you can do, and you've got off play icon, GIF icon, and so on. So you've got some extra options inside there. Hopping over to the pages section, and we have the same options inside there to auto detect videos and again to apply that watermark. And if you jump over to the categories and tabs, you're going to see some extra options inside there. So these default thumbnail watermarks, the same goes for tags. So if these are useful to you, you now have some extra options. And like I say, if you do have videos embedded into your website, this is going to be pretty useful for you. Speaking of videos, if you've chosen the option when you set up through the Rank Math Wizard, you'll have this video sitemap, which is a Pro feature. If that's enabled, we can come into our settings and then we can configure various different things. So do we want to hide the sitemap or enable the sitemap for our videos? Choose the video post type. So if we had a dedicated post type specifically for videos, we could choose that. Or if we're just potentially using videos inside our posts and pages, we could use that inside there as well. And if we want to add in custom fields, we can add our custom fields option. So more features if you are a video-centric website or you use those for various different reasons, like I say, like WPTuts does, then these kinds of things are going to become invaluable to help me get better SEO ranking positions with my videos. Now, if you're a local business and you want to capitalize upon that local search engine results, then the local SEO and knowledge graph with the extra Pro features could be something that's very useful. Now, we've had local SEO options available to us for quite some time in the free version, but now there's a lot more available inside the Pro. Let's open this up. And as you can see, we've got the basic info that we've always had, whether you're a person or an organization, the name, logo, and so on and so forth. However, we now have an option that says use multiple locations. If you enable that, you can see once you save this, we'll create a new custom post type called locations, where you can add multiple locations of your business or organization. So if you have different locations for your business, you might be a multi-site, have lots of shops, those kinds of things. Now you can add in all that extra data. Speaking of extra data, if we scroll down, we now have a lot more options. We've always had the sort of phone and things like that, but now we've got the address format, so you can configure this based upon where you are in the world, because some different countries will have a different way of organizing their data. You can now configure that how you want for your particular country. You can choose your business type, your opening hours. You can see you've got the opening hour format, the phone number, price range, Google Maps API, geo coordinates. There's lots and lots of extra data on here on top of what you had before. So you can now really fine tune and optimize what you can do on a local business level. And like I say, hopefully improve your search engine results if you are a local business. Now, this is just scratching the surface of the new features you have included in Pro. Lots of them are little tweaks, little adjustments, added features, little things that just enhance what you can do with the Pro version. And what I would highly recommend you do is take a look at this comparison, which will show you the free versus the Pro versus the business. And as you can see, there are lots of differences. Lots and lots and lots and lots of differences. So compare those features, see if you think it's something that's going to be useful for you. It's beyond the scope of what I can cover in this video to cover all of these options, because like I say, there are an absolute abundance of them available to you. But all in all, I think the Pro version is definitely worth taking a look at if you want to take advantage of those extra features. However, the free version still gives you an absolute bucket load of really, really useful features. So if budget is an issue, then I would say you're still worth taking a look at the free version because it has so many options. Check out the video I did on that recently that shows you how to get started with it, and that'll give you an opener. Now, the final thing I want to touch upon before I wrap this up is the price. Now, at the moment, they're doing a launch offer. I don't know how long this is going to last, but as you can see, the Pro version, which is unlimited personal websites. So if you're doing this for yourself, not for paying clients, you can use the Pro plan. And that gives you unlimited websites, 1,000 keywords, the schema generator, 24/7 support, and it renews at that price plus taxes. So it's really good. If you jumped on board now, you would be getting at that price and it would stay at that price, providing you renew it every single year. The business plan, if you're working with businesses, in other words, you are selling your services and you want to include Rank Math Pro in there, that's $199 at the moment per year. That gives you support for client websites. It gives you 20,000 keywords, the same schema generator, and again, you renew at $199 plus taxes every 12 months. So if you use this and you want to grab the deal, now's a good time to do it. Please do consider using that affiliate link in the description below. It gives a small percentage back to the channel, but you don't have to if you don't want to. Grab yourself a deal if you want to jump on board with the Rank Math Pro options. Now that you've seen the Pro version and some of its notable features, is it something you feel is worth your money? Do the extra features interest you? And if so, what do you feel are the standout features for you? Let me know in the comment section below. Now, if you found this video useful, feel free to hit that thumbs up button, smash the subscribe button, and slap the bell icon. But if you didn't find it useful, well, feel free to hit that thumbs down button twice, as that works pretty well too. As always, all of the applicable links for everything covered are in the description below. My name's been Paul C. This has been WP Tuts, and until next time, take care.